Welcome to Pilates for Athletes. I'm Lauren Slater. Today we're going to be focusing on some hamstring love and to get you into your body, get you focusing on how to recruit from the hamstrings. So if you have a foam roller, please grab that. If not, don't worry, that's going to be at the end of class, so I can give you options. But what you will need is either a pair of socks or a kitchen towel, something that you can slide on. So let's start at the top of your mat and bring yourself into Pilates stance. For those who are newer, that is heels together, toes apart in a small V with your feet. And just put your hands on your hips and stand as tall as you can. And then just take a moment to just connect your body to your mind and your mind to your body. Press your hips down physically with your hands and then lift the stomach and rib cage up. Try to continue to feel that sensation as you exhale like you're blowing out a candle, and pull the stomach to the spine and lightly use your hands to dial your tailbone under. So it's not a tuck, but just a lengthening out of your lower back. And then maintain that as you reach your arms slowly forward to shoulder level. Scoop the stomach in and reach the arms up. And then take a big breath there. And as you roll down, you're going to exhale, leading with the head and shoulders. And what you want to work on is not letting your bum stick back too much. You can always bend your knees if this feels like a lot to start with. And then shift your weight a little forward at the bottom, pull the stomach in, and think of your hamstrings like pulleys, levering your hips underneath you and roll yourself back up. At the top there, just shift your weight a little into the toes, find a lightness out of the heels, and then push your arms down and wide, and do that again. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up, and take a big breath in. And then scoop in, up, and over, rounding forward, keeping your shoulders as broad as possible. If you don't touch the floor, grab a hold of your legs, broaden the shoulders and pull your ribs in. And then squeeze the back legs together, and then you can think of pulling from the hamstrings like that pulley, the pelvis under and your spine stacks up as effortlessly as possible. And bring the arms down and wide. And just do that one more time. Bring the arms forward, lift. Again, this is the tenet in Pilates, which is the articulated spine of learning how to individuate the rotation and movement of the processes of your vertebrae. And then recruiting the base, the powerhouse, which is the buttocks, hamstrings, and pelvic floor to roll you back up. And then just press the arms wide. Bringing the arms forward at shoulder level. This is called chest expansion, just to open up our shoulders and neck from the computer use. Push your arms back by your side like you're pushing a wall away from you. And then puff the chest a little forward and take a deep breath in. Pull the stomach in as you look to the right. Hold your breath. Continue to hold your breath. Look to the left. Head back to center. And then arms come up to forward shoulder height without leaning back. And again, big inhale. Push the arms down and back. Now look in the left to the right. Head back to center and arms come up. And as you do that, pull the stomach back. One more time, a little faster. Inhale. Look, look, center, reach. And last one, big inhale, push back. Look, look, center, and exhale. Go ahead and find your way all the way down onto your mat. If you're ready to try to work on that technique here, you're going to bring yourself into Pilates stance. Slowly lift your heels up, try to keep them together. And unless you have knee injury, you're going to lower down into your knees, pull the tail under, and as smoothly as possible, hit the ground. From there, move your feet out a little bit, put your hands behind your thighs. And as you inhale, lift your back, but stay a little behind the sits bones. And then roll back halfway. Pause there in a big C curve, and then push down to the feet and use your seat to help you round forward. Half rollbacks, lifting the spine. And again, feel now that sensation that the hamstrings and the bum are doing the work, like you're pulling your heels to you as you sit back up. Exhale, round forward. And one more time like that, shoulders down but elbows high. Really try to firm the back of the legs so your hands can help you to find that cue. Pull the stomach back and then round forward gently. Next time you come up, you're going to work on coming all the way down to the ground. So you may wish to walk your feet a little further out. And then slide down the back of the legs as you exhale. Come all the way down to the stomach and just stretch your arms and your legs out. Keep your hands hovering so that you can press your mid and lower back toward the floor. Pulling the floating ribs and the hip points together. And just draw the knees into the chest as you're ready to. Take a little rock of your hips from side to side. And then coming into our preparation for the 100, getting the body warmed up, Place your feet down to the ground, place your arms by your sides. And as you exhale, slide your hands along the mat and think of pulling your heels isometrically to you until your head and chest lift. Pause there. Now pull the shoulders back and down. And as you roll back down, keep reaching forward with the fingers and pull the stomach to the spine. Place down your feet, really press into them, pull your hips towards your heels. And then as you exhale, like you're blowing out a candle, scoop the stomach in and curl up and forward. Hold there, inhale, push the hands down, and then drag yourself back down with the stomach. And one more time, just to warm up the upper C curve of the back. As you exhale, the ribs cantilever the head up. Exhale, come on up. Pause there, lift your hands up 2 inches off of the ground, and like you're slapping a tabletop, start to pump your arms rhythmically by your sides. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Wide through the chest, exhale like you're blowing out a candle. Plug your shoulders back and down, and then stretch your right leg up to knee height. Keep pushing down to the left foot and maintain a squaring of the hips and the shoulders into the ground. If you want to, you can always drop the head if you're just feeling your neck a lot today, but really it's about that coordination of the arms and legs, getting the stomach and the powerhouse muscles to work. Go ahead and switch which leg is lifted, knees together, and press down to the right foot. As the name implies, we do this 100 times, so keep breathing, scooping. And then you can either bring both feet back down or try it. Both heels up on a high diagonal. Make sure that the lower back isn't arching. And then take one more big broad breath. Exhale, pull the stomach in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, rest your head, and just rock your neck from side to side. Go ahead and rock up to sit. Place your feet down near the front of the mat and widen your feet a little bit more. Grab your towel and place that between the hands. Open the towel up wide. And you probably want to fold it over once. You're going to pull the towel like you're trying to rip it in half so your shoulders stay broad. And then round forward over your bent knees, pulling the stomach away from your thighs. Start to push your feet into the ground like you're trying to push them away from you. Let that tip your hips under and roll back 3/4 of the way. Now pull the stomach in even more and let the arms come back, but keep the ribs down. Drag the towel to the ceiling with your lats. Inhale. You can always skip the towel, work and climb your hands up and down the thighs if this is new for you in the roll up. Head down, ribs back. And then like a lasso pulls you back. Inhale, keep pulling that towel in too. And then see if you can stretch your legs out all the way now. And again, inhale up, squeeze the buns. Exhale, round and reach over your legs. Roll back, inhale. Now see if you can start to bring the legs together unless that bothers your lower back. And last one, inhale up, squeeze the buns. Exhale, round up and over. Pull the stomach and ribs back and stretch your head forward. And then roll that back as you inhale and articulate down the back. Bring the arms up still with the towel towards the ceiling and just push the arms out laterally. Keep that sensation and bring the right knee in towards your chest and then take the towel around the sole of your foot and reach your heel up slowly. You're welcome to bend your left knee if this feels like it's too much on your lower back, and then point and flex the lifted foot against the towel. Taking a deep breath in and out here, and just assessing the day. And what are your goals for your strong but mobile hamstrings? And again, the hamstrings are the 3 muscles on the back of the thigh, and they really are the connection for power and for sustaining support when we're stepping on stairs, running, cycling, anything like that. And then take your right leg open towards the right side. You can put both hands of the towel, both sides of the towel into the right hand, and then let the left knee open if your knee is bent. Keep the hips as even as possible and still use your abdominals to support the weight of your limbs. Bring your legs back up to center. Change hands and just cross your right leg 6 inches over to the left, really trying to maintain that anchored down sensation of your right hip. Now just right here, with you're taking the IT band stretch, kick up against the towel with the inside of that lifted foot. Soften the neck and throat. And then bring your foot back up to center and bring your right leg down slowly. Push your hands against the towel, long lengthen the hip. And then gather the left leg in and place the towel around the left foot. And again, you can always bend your right knee and stretch your heel up. point and flex. Now, if you have a lot of mobility and what your goal is stability, I want you to continue to feel that sensation of squeezing the inner thighs together and like you're pushing your hips slightly away from you. So it's not necessarily about bringing your foot all the way up towards your face. And then from there, take the towel into the left hand, right hand upon the right hip, and keep that right side as glued down as possible as the leg opens. And again, if your right knee is bent, you can create a little counterweight with that opposite inner thigh and stretch out that hip as well. Bonus. And again, lengthen the back of the neck. Continue to feel and concentrate on the entire body and the precision with which that you do things, even when we're focusing on one particular body part. And then scoop the stomach in to lift your leg back up. Change hands and cross your foot 6 inches over to the opposite shoulder, but try to think of gently grounding the perimeter of the left bum cheek down. You want to stay really centered on your sacrum, so you're not collapsed on one side of the pelvis or the other. And then bring your leg back up, move the towel aside, and switch legs. Lower the left leg all the way down, bend your right knee into your chest and hug your knee in, and just take some small circles of the knee, opening up in the bursa and the hip socket. And then keeping that feeling of ease, like your arms are really doing the work and the leg is pretty mobile from the hip socket. Press your palms down, keep your knee into your chest, and then circle the knee across your body and then around to the right. So you're taking big knee circles, now concentrating on not letting the body wobble side to side. And do that one more time, and then reverse. Open a little, cross it a lot, and keep scooping the stomach in. Try not to feel the hip flexors click by using your stomach inner and outer hip a little bit more. And then keep that feeling and re-extend the right leg now up. Again, you can always bend that left knee. It's more important to keep the pelvis stable and your stomach engaged. Do it again now. Cross the leg to the left. Circle down and around to the right and lift one. The goal is that that top leg is super loose and free and everything else is completely solid and strong. Trying to take the wiggles out of things by not gripping the muscles, but connecting more and more back to the center of your body. And then reverse that, open a little and cross it a lot. You want to try to keep the lifted leg no kind of wider than the kind of perimeter of your mat. So you can always work on that sensation of increasing the range of motion by reaching to the ceiling rather than letting it kind of swing all over the place. Flex your right foot, slowly lower down with the count of 5. Pull the stomach back and in 4, 3, hover 2 away from the ground. Stretch the front of your hip and lay the foot down. And then keep that and bring your left knee to your chest. And just feel the difference right away, right? That there's a little bit more heat and mobility through that right hip. And again, here with the aid of your arms, just move the lifted knee around. It's okay for this part if your hips swing a little bit. It's just really about resetting that nervous system impulse, not to have your hip flexors in the front of the abdomen kind of grip when you're doing anything with circling the knee. And now keep that sensation of a loose, free, lifted leg, and then solid everywhere else, pushing down and away with the palms. Go across your body and keep the knee bent and circle up. And just find that a few times in one direction. As you do this, you're keeping that sensation of strong, stable right leg and hip. After 5 circles, reverse it. For those who want to know the breathing, you go inhale, open, exhale, across. So inhale half, exhale to bring your knee home to your chest. Keep pressing the perimeter of the left bum cheek down toward the ground, and then extend your lifted leg and go across your body to the right in full 5 circles. 1. It's okay if the top knee isn't fully straightened, and again, you can always bend your bottom knee to help find the precision of this technique. Drop your chin and broaden the shoulders. And after 5, reverse. Open a little, cross it a lot. Your foot is extended but neither fully pointed or flexed. It's just like you're reaching to the top of the ankle to continue that long line of the rest of the leg. Good. And then after 5, go ahead and flex your foot. Reach your heel super slowly down for 5. Keep thinking, pulling the weight of your leg into your stomach. 4. Squeeze your bottom. 3 to help you. 2, an inch from the ground, reach your heel out, and then lower the left leg, reach your right leg out to join it, and reach your arms slowly back and up. Pull the ribs in and do a beautiful roll up here, turning the thighs in together as you inhale, Exhale, lift up and over the feet. Put your hands on the shins for a moment and push up and back between the shoulder blades, surround your mid-spine. But then dive the head forward and pull the abdominals back and in. Keep that, reach your arms forward to shoulder height. And that's the shape you want to work on in your roll-up every single time. Go ahead and stack your back, reach your arms up, and swing the arms down. Go ahead and bend the knees, bring your feet to the front of your mat. Now this is a rolling exercise. If you need extra padding, grab a blanket or towel, or you can fold if you're using a yoga mat, fold your mat in half. Pick your hips up and sit your hips as close as you can to your heels, and then walk your fingertips in. Have the knees about as wide as the shoulders. Now step into the feet as much as you can, like you're gonna stand up from here, and pull them back towards you isometrically. Keep that. Reach your arms forward on a high diagonal, and then lift and reach your spine forward 3 times in little pulses. 1. Lift up out of your waist. Stretch it forward. 2. Keep pulling the stomach wall back, and stretch it forward. 3. Grab the outsides of the shins and ankles. Pick your toes and your feet up and balance with your weight slightly back. Look slightly down, but then lift in your mid-back for rolling like a ball. Tip the tail under. That's enough to roll you back. And then roll right back up and balance with your feet lifted. If this feels like too much or your back is feeling very sticky today, put your hands behind your thighs and keep your feet a little further away from you to help you find that rounding mobility in your back. Again, whatever you choose, tip the tail under and then roll up and work on the lift and the balance. And one more time like that, scoop the stomach in, tip the tail up, roll back up and balance. Place your feet down and move back a little bit. Grab your towel, it's time here. Place the towel near the front of your mat. And place it so that I like to have mine folded in half. My towel is where I dream of being right now, which is the Amalfi Coast in Italy. So you're gonna sit your hips close to the front of the mat. Bring your feet upon it. This is a little bit of our apparatus work on the mat, reformer work. So this will help you to strengthen your hips. Again, if you've been sitting a lot, be easy on this one. You don't have to do it really intensely. But we're working on trying to use the hamstrings, the butt, and the back to do the work rather than just the hip flexors. Tent up on the fingertips behind you. And now lift your mid-back as much as you can. Go back to that rolling like a ball tilt of your pelvis. Pick the heels up if that feels okay, or you can always keep those heels down. And then without disturbing your back, keep your hips where they are and slide the towel out 2 or 3 inches in and out. Now keep that feeling of lifting your back and lean forward a little bit. Bring your fingertips to the front of the mat and then round your nose into the knees. And every time you exhale, this is the massage part. Pull the abdominals back and in. Press your mid-back to the sky. And the knees are coming up to the ears and lifting out of the lower back. If you need to take breaks, do so. Otherwise, look forward now. Keep pulling the knees up to your armpits and ears. Reach your arms forward and lift it up. Pull it in 1. Pull it in 2. Pull it in 3. Pull it in 4. Pull it in 5. Hold. Lift your feet. You can always bring those hands back behind you and just do a few more with the feet hovering. Out and in 1. Pull it in 2. What's the difference, beast? 3. Support your back. 4. Pull it in 5 and bring the feet down, knees open, and just move the sits bones back for a little butterfly stretch to open your hip flexors. Grab your ankles and lift and round forward. Scoop the stomach in as you slowly stack. Move the towel away from the front of the mat. And then from there, move yourself back to the middle of the mat. Lie down with your knees into your chest and taking your single leg stretch. Grab your shins. Push your shins a little up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lift your upper body. Right knee stays where it is. Extend the left leg parallel to the floor. Take your left hand for a moment on your left bum cheek. Squeeze it. Now try to press your left leg down a little into your hand so it feels like the weight of your leg is being supported by the hip, not gripping the quads. Lifelong goals for some of us, I know. And then put both hands on your right shin. Double pull that knee in, pull, pull. Switch. Pause, put your right hand on your right bum cheek. Squeeze your bum cheek and then push your right leg a little down. Now scoop the stomach back and in. Both hands on the left shin. Pull it in twice using your arms and your stomach. In, in. Now go back and forth like that 7 more times. Looking slightly down, like you're holding a small tangerine underneath the chin. And try not to rock the hips from side to side as you pull. And pull.
This is a great warm-up for running stairs, hiking, pretty much everything. And then feeling that pulsing from the back. Your shoulders are drawing down and back, and use the stomach to make the switch. Breathing in and out. And then bring both knees in, rest your head for a moment, turn your head from right to left, and just release the back of the neck. Head back to center, kick your shins a little bit once more up into your hands, and then curl the upper body up, just lifting up off the shoulder blades. Pull the stomach flat, double leg stretch. Reach your arms up towards your ears. Reach your legs up to the ceiling. Now pull the stomach in and reach your fingers and toes to the ceiling. Keep that feeling and reach them away from one another. Heels stay together. Circle the arms in your peripheral vision and grab your ankles as you bend your knees. Do that all in one fellow swoop now. Reach away, look down. Circle from your back. Exhale, bring it in. Try not to lift your shoulders to the ears, but lift your mid back. Exhale, bring it in. Squeeze those legs tight together. Big stretch out. Find the stomach, bringing it in. Rest your head. Turn your head side to side. And then put both hands behind your knees. Extend both legs up to the ceiling as much as you can. Keep that tailbone down. And then as you exhale, lift the head back up. Both hands on the right leg, lower the left leg halfway. And then pull your right leg in, but keep sensation of kicking the leg into your hand and switch. And again, you're really trying to keep the hip line nice and stable. Now do that with your hands above the knee. Climb up a little higher if you can towards your calves. A little bit of turn up from the tops of the thighs, but your inner thighs are still magnetically attracted to one another. See if you can go a little bit further into that split, stretching the back of the legs. One more set. And then bring both legs up and your head down. Make a diamond with your hands and bring that underneath your hips. You can always walk the hands wider if that feels like it's crushing your thumbs. And then press elbows wide, squeeze the heels together, and find external rotation. Rotate the thighs away from one another. Keep that, now press the inner thighs together. Maintain that as much as you can as you lower both legs out. Keep the low back down. Squeeze the buns and exhale, reach the back of the leg to lift your legs back up. This can be quite small. Inhale, don't let the back arch. Reach away, squeeze your bottom. Now start your exhale, let that stomach bring your legs up. Big exhale, lift. One more time like that. Head reaching down and away from you. Squeeze the buns, exhale, back up. Good, and then take your hands back behind your head. Bend both knees, crisscross. Elbows in peripheral vision. Press your legs up into a tabletop and then exhale, lift your upper body. This is home base. Press your ribs down, your stomach up and then twist to your right, extend the left leg and look behind you. Try to pick that shoulder and armpit up and then exhale, twist a little deeper. Back to center, inhale, up and over to the other side. Inhale, back to center, exhale, twist. And last one, inhale, back to center, up and over, twist. Bring both knees in, catch your thighs, and rock up to sit. Take a deep breath there. I love the abdominal series. It really gets everything going. Grab your towel, and you actually may wish to fold your mat over or just slide to the end of the mat. You're going to take the towel between the legs and bring your heels a little bit wider than the hip distance apart. Actually, it doesn't even need to be that wide. And then place the hands on the towel forward. Pull the stomach back and in like you're looking down and push into the hands like you're trying to bring your mid back up to the ceiling and try to, again, press that towel in half. Use the outer part of the delts, the shoulder muscles. Now squeeze the bottom, breathe in. As you exhale, start with your head diving forward. Keep sitting back on your hips and reach the towel forward. Now, using the stomach, recruit from the abdominal, squeeze the buns and drag that towel back in and lift your spine a little. Again, squeeze the bottom, round your chin to your chest, push the towel in half as you slide it forward. Hold the abdominals in and connect, stacking your spine taller as you sit back up. And one more time like that, lift, press out of the heels, round your head in, the stomach up and over. Stretch out a little further if you can. Stay grounded on those sits bones. And then drag it back and pull the tailbone or just stack, let go of the towel, reach your arms forward and up.
And do that 2 more times. This is such a wonderful one to decompress the spine and teach you how to lift up out of your waist. Inhale up. As you go up and over, feel the stretch through your legs. Keep the head down, but think of pushing against an invisible tabletop as you roll back up. At the top, soften the shoulders, and then regather, lift. Exhale in with the head, up and over with your body. Big stretch, 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 stretch. And then scoop the stomach in, roll back up, and take a deep breath out. Very nice. Turn towards the right. Place your left hand on the towel and sit cross-legged. Now, if that's uncomfortable for you, you can always sit with your feet in a diamond shape instead. Move the towel close to you, put your left hand on it, and mermaid variation, right arm up. Push down into the towel, start to lean a little bit to the towel, and then as you reach over, keep pulling the left shoulder down and back and slide out. Sit on your right hip and stretch your chest forward and up. Now pull from the obliques, the sides of the waist, yourself back in and up, and bring that right arm open. Again, inhale, lift. Push into the towel as you round and stretch over. And then pull the ribs in as you stack back up a little taller on that right and bring the arm out. One more time, palm facing in towards your midline. Scoop, stretch it up and over, big reach through the thoracic and mid part of the back. And then stack the low back, the quadratus lumborum muscles a little taller, a little longer. And go ahead and release down and switch. Move your hand to the other side of the mat. And again, you can just always fold the mat over. To make this nice and even, make sure you change the cross of your leg, learning to be able to be ambidextrous there on the crosses. Placing the right hand on your towel, the left arm up beside your ear, and just start by just a little lean into the weight of your hand. Don't let the towel come away from you. So again, you're almost pinching from the armpit and the side of your rib cage. Keep that sensation as you stretch up and over. And sit on the opposite hip and really stretch the top of the head and fingers. And then lift yourself back up, dragging the towel back and in. And again, lift, reach up and stretch over, big extension out through both sides. And then again, pull the towel in, using the sides of the body to lift. Bring your arm back out, one more time. Lift, go up, stretch it over, and big reach the crown of the head. Sit on that left hip and stack tall, 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 tall. Bring both arms out to the side, both palms down, draw the ribs in, your hands forward an inch, and then circle your arms from your back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to bounce your body. Good, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it there. And then turn the palms up, stretch them up overhead. Exhale, push the hands back down and wide. Stay nice and tall. And move your towel over to one side. Go ahead and unfold your mat. And then from there, you're going to take your towel to the back of the mat. And from there, you're going to lay down on your stomach with your head down at that towel end. Rock your thighs inward, but keep your feet open hip distance apart. If you're working with any shoulder injuries, you can always skip this part or do it without a towel. Open the towel out a little bit wider, so if you need to accommodate wider shoulders or stiffer shoulders, do so. Walk the thighs together, push your knees down and your stomach in. And very gently try to drag the towel in. It's gonna be pretty small. Lift your upper back. Pull the ribs in and up, and then slide it forward. Keep cupping the armpits toward the floor and pushing into all 5 fingertips. And again, scoop, drag that up. Lengthen through the back of the neck as well as the front. And then scoop the ribs in and reach that forward like you're diving out, over diving forward. One more time, press down into the feet, engage your seat, and drag that up, up, up. Look to the left, head circle down to the right. Bring the head back to center, pull the ribs up and look to the right. Head circles down to the left, back to center, and slide that back out. Put your hands under your shoulders, walk the knees together, and like a push-up, press the shoulders to the ceiling and sit all the way back to your heels. Round your nose to your knees in rest position. Go ahead and walk up onto all fours and just move yourself forward towards the towel. We're now going to switch our orientation so the feet will be on the towel. Taking it into that once folded over position once more. Who knew you'd be doing laundry and Pilates at the same time, huh? And then put the hands on the middle of the mat. Tuck your toes under. And again, this can be done on the forearms. It just won't be as big of a movement. Hover the knees. And then from there, walk the hands back 1 more inch so your weight is more over your feet. Lower the hips as much as you can. Pull the tailbone forward. And now reach your chest between the hands. And extend the legs out and in. Doesn't have to go all the way. But slide on that towel or socks. Out and in. Out and in. Good. Keep lifting up through the stomach, but try not to lift your bottom. Go out and in for 5. Pull the elbows back and your stomach in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, hover. Lower the knees, sit back to your feet and shake out your wrists. If that is plenty, stick with that. Otherwise, to tease the brain, we're going to do a little bit of one-legged here. So lift your body weight, hover the knees and stretch your legs out. Pick up your right foot and bring it towards the right elbow. As you bend your left knee, the right leg will shoot back in the air. And then go back in the other direction, back and forth. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, 5, back to plank, both feet down. Left leg up and bend in that bottom knee as you stretch your other leg out. In with the knee. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and both feet down. Pike your hips up, lift up toward your toes, and then send it back towards plank 5 times. And up, drag it up, and then ripple that back down like snake. Lift that up, ripple it back forward, and last one, up. Ripple it all the way. Pike your hips up, walk your feet forward just so your heels come to the ground, off of the towel. Move your hands towards your ankles, pull the forehead towards your shins, and then reach your fingertips forward and roll up slowly to stand. Circle the arms down by your sides. Keeping your knees and your feet really close together. The toes are maybe like 1 inch apart. Squeeze the buns, standing abdominal series now. Keep lengthening through the front of the hips. Pull the right knee in. If you can, right hand is on the ankle. Left hand is on the lifted knee. Think of like when you're doing this on the ground. Pull, pull. And as you step your foot down, you switch. Pull, pull. And switch. Pull, pull. And switch. Pull, pull. Good. Feel the power on the standing leg as well. I'm going to do one thing at a time evidently today. And keep feeling that sensation of your standing leg, the seat, the buns and the hamstrings are supporting you. One more time. Lift the chest, find the scoop of the stomach, and then both feet down, crisscross. Place one palm over the other, put that behind the middle of your head. With your arms out wide, I recommend have your elbows visible in peripheral vision rather than too far out. That can cause a little bit of impingement in the rotator cuffs. So draw the shoulders down and back, push down into the left foot, bring the right knee up. Twist towards it, stay balanced. Back to center, lower your foot. Left knee up, twist towards it, stay lifted in your chest. Back to center, lower the foot. Again, right knee up, twist and lift to the sides of the waist, back to center, down. Left, twist, center, down. Now stick with that, or 3 times try it. Lift, twist the elbow to the knee. Come back up as you lower your foot with control. Up, twist to the knee. Unlock, back to the ground. Really keep thinking of lifting up through the top armpit. That will help you to stay balanced and find stretch. And one more time. Breathe and scoop. And breathe and scoop. And lower your feet, reach your arms up, and exhale, round forward. If you want to, you can somersault all the way to the top of the mat. Otherwise, from here, just walk your feet through, cross your ankles and have a seat. Bring your feet to the front of the mat, and then work on balancing here. Teaser. Lift your right leg, extend it out, hold, and bring the knees together. Walk your left foot a little bit away so you can really stamp down into the foot, and then reach your arms out, and slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep stepping into the left foot, reach your arms back behind you,
And then as you inhale, curl the head and arms to your toes. Step into the left foot, sit all the way up with the right leg lifted, and then switch. Bring the knees together with your powerhouse, and then roll it back. Exhale, try to be on the middle of your spine. Keep stepping down into the right foot. The hamstrings are fired to help you, and then drag yourself up. Switch. If this is too much, you can go back to half rollbacks or both feet on the ground. Roll it down. Big inhale. Try not to get stuck between the shoulder blades, but lift, lift, lift to the mid-back. And then switch one more time, lift it up. And again, if you know you have a weaker side, think of inflating or expanding that side, especially right there on the way up. Balance, bend both knees a little bit, bring both feet together, and either balance here or 3 more times, tailbone under. Keep the shins lifted, try not to let them move. Roll back up, exhale, lift to the ceiling. And again, roll back, chin to chest, tailbone under, find the hamstrings. And again, roll up, big exhale, lifts you up. Last one, roll it down. Big stretch. And then roll that all the way up, lift and balance for 5, 4, 3, maybe stretch the legs up all the way, 2, and 1, lower the feet. Whew, good work. Reach your arms forward and lay down. Here, if you have a roller, you can absolutely use that. Otherwise, you can always go back to the towel under the feet, and you'll just set yourself up a little bit further so that the feet would be on the floor, not on the sticky mat. Warning, the hamstrings often will cramp. If you're used to recruiting from 1 or maybe 2 of the 3, one is a little bit weaker. So just know that the cramping is usually indicative of a weak or overused hamstring, or again, muscle in general. So you can always come down, it's a little shocking, so you can always shake them out or skip this exercise, okay? So pull the circle, or the roller in towards you, or make sure your hips are close toward the towel with your feet off of the mat and your hips on. Slide your fingers towards whatever apparatus you have, and then think of gently rolling the hips up. Try to cup the toes around the roller. Now pull the floating ribs lightly down and push wide with your shoulders like you're trying to push your hands apart to keep your chest broad. Tip the tailbone up, pull the stomach down. So it's more of a flat line with the spine than a big back bend. Now push down from the armpits to lift the chest, and just bring the roller out and in a few inches underneath you. Try to keep the hips nice and level, or you're sliding your feet in and out an inch. Small is fine. And then bring the roller in. Bend your right knee and balance. Stay there, or extend the right leg and stay there, or 5 kicks. Lower halfway, kick it up 1. Flex it down, keep your hips level 2. Step into that foot that's either on the towel or the roller, pulling it towards you. And then last one, lower the leg all the way down. Pause for stretching your hip. And bend the knees. Re-even those feet and shoulders. Scoop the tailbone under. Slide your feet out and in for 1. Roll and balance 2. Scoop it in 3. Stay. Step into the right foot. Try not to rock the hips to the right as you bend your left knee. Reach it up and either stay there or flex it down 1. Point it up and scoop 2. Up. Open the chest and shoulders and feel again the connectivity of all parts of your body. Last one, heel all the way down. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Drag the foot in, push the towel roller away from you, and roll down slowly. Stretch your legs out. And if you can, Pilates challenge, keep your heels and your ankles on the roller. Reach your arms back in a beautiful roller. In, up, and over. Grab your ankles or feet, and just stretch out the spine and your hamstrings. You may be sore from that one. From there, bend the knees, roll the roller a little bit towards you. And then from there, you're going to switch. Now, this can be done, for me, with the state of my own personal shoulders, I find the towel to be kind of a lot. So the roller is helpful, but this is the way that you would do this rolling in and out exercise. You come in towards a rounded spinal shape. We're really trying to focus on pulling the butt forward and under you, keeping that there as you slide out, and then you pull back in. For me, I either have to make that miniature so it doesn't just kind of dump all the weight into the rotator cuff, or really, really, really have to keep thinking of scooping my weight back so there's very little weight in the arms, ideally, which is why I love the roller. Let's give that a try.
So again, if you can, knees together, feet together. Put your hands on the roller. Round the tailbone forward, but now broaden your mid-back so you're not just hunching. From there, you're just going to gently start to slide the roller out away from you a little bit. Reach out to the forearms and then drag that back in. On the roller, if it feels better for your shoulder blades too, you can be on the pinky side of the hand. And now this is the key. Pull the tailbone under to ripple back up. And one more time, reach that out. Stretch the head towards this roller. And then scoop the stomach up and in. Roll that out. Reach it out. And in small range of motion, pulse the hips under and reach out 1. Scoop 2. Hips pulling under is what lifts your spine 3. Scoop it 4. And scoop it 5 all the way back in. And either lower down onto your forms in a forearm plank, or for challenge, roll the roller out. Lean forward in a forearm plank on the roller for single leg kick, double kick, one heel in, and switch. Kick, kick. Now keep pressing the tailbone forward, stomach back and in, and push the floor away. Use the hamstrings to pull the heel in. And one more time on each side. Try not to have the foot flop to the ground, but scoop and lift your chest. Good. And then from there, try to pull that all the way back in. Place your hands on the ground, tuck the toes under. Come back to Pilates stance, and with minimal amount of wagging, walk your hands back towards your feet. Grab the shins or ankles and just pull yourself towards your legs. Now come forward a little with your weight. Think of wrapping the back of the thighs together, and then reach the arms forward and up. Slowly stack the spine. Again, hamstrings pulling underneath you. Lift your chest, pull the ribs back. Lift the sternum and circle the arms down. Reach your right toes forward, pointed. Lift the foot, lift the arms. Continue to feel that recruitment of your stomach and your back supporting your standing buttocks and hamstring. Think of like a roll up, reach forward towards your right toes, try not to move it. And then roll back up, arms up, and try to bring the heels together and up on the toes to switch. Lower the right heel as the left toes point forward. Lift the toes, reach your body up and over towards your foot. And then scoop and roll back up. Try to lift up off of the right heel to bring both feet together. This is really a wonderful one for concentration, as you may be discovering. Right toes out, left heel down. Lift and then scoop in, up and over. Reach it out. Slowly come back up, feet together, heels high. And then last one, right heel lowers as the left toes point forward. Lift the foot again, pull the powerhouse back and in. Stretch out with your back. Roll that back up, both feet down. Lower the arms, lower the legs. Grab your towel to finish. If it's been dusting your floor, go ahead and flip it to the inside. I'm sorry, I misspoke. You want to have it lengthwise, so take it the long width, and then fold that in half. Place the towel behind the nape of your neck. Place the two sides of the towel forward, and you're just going to press your head back into your hand. Lift the chest and tilt the head back, but support your lower back. And then exhale to stack the head back over. This is a great one to do periodically throughout the day. Again, if you're in front of the computer or phone a lot, push your head back, up, pull the abdominals in, and then scoop and stack back up. One more time, lift, push your head back into the towel. Press your head back to center. Let go of the neck, stretch your arms up, and push the towel out as you slowly lower the arms. Keep lifting the chest. And then push the towel all the way to the thighs and finish like we began. Inhale, hold, chest expansion, look to the right, look to the left. Center the head and bring the arms slowly up to shoulder height. Wait a little out of the heels. And last one, big inhale, press. Look to the left. Elongate your mid-back. Center. Reach that up. Take a full breath there. And then keeping your eyes straight, focus forward. Feel that sense of the towel still behind the neck, but the weight in the toes. And maintain that wonderful, perfect posture for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. This has been Pilates with Lauren. And again, no matter your fitness level, no matter your athletic level, Pilates is the perfect way to balance out all the imbalances that we all have. It's not a bad thing. It's just a really wonderful practice to get awareness of and have tools to fix it. So thank you all so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Good to see you, Ruby, or your name.